You ever get that feeling of just straight up nostalgia? I mean, Ocarina of Time and nostalgia are absolutely synonymous at this point, but man, this is where it all started, isn't it? 3-year-old me was infatuated with video games because of Ocarina of Time. Thanks to my dad playing it, and I inherited it 2 years later and just played it non-stop. I never 100%ed it as a child, but I did that in the future. I played the 3DS port, played this one, although this one's the one that gives me the most nostalgia. Enough about that, though. Welcome to my Let's Play of Ocarina of Time. Let's hop into the menu, shall we? Wow! Alright, okay, let's let's get on with it, I guess. Man, welcome to The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I apologize for the weirdish, kind of more somber feeling that I got from the intro, but man, when I heard the music come back up, oh, there was just a wave. I had to. Man, it's been forever. It's a little weird playing this game after having Let's Played Skyward Sword over 3 years ago at this point. I kind of went away from Let's Plays for a while, but I don't know, kind of wanting to come back to doing projects and stuff like that. It was kind of weird seeing those projects and stuff, and while I definitely am proud of videos that I've done recently, I couldn't help but feel that, well, I'm a Zelda gamer, man, and as much as the cliche of liking The Legend of Zelda exists, I can't help it. I grew up on this series. And you know what? Let's go outside and I'll stop gushing. Welcome to Kokiri Forest. Oh man, this music. I love it. Alright, I kind of sat there debating for like 5 minutes before starting the game as to whether or not I'd read dialogue and stuff, and I'm certainly sure I'll read, like, a good bit of it, but, like, cutscenes and stuff, like actual cutscenes, I feel like I should stay quiet. Wow, a fairy! Finally, a fairy came to you, Link. Wow, that's great news. I'm so happy for you. Wow! Wow! Oh, don't get the woe memes, please. Now you're a true Kokiri, Link. Is that right? The Great Deku Tree has summoned you? It's quite an honor to talk to the Great Deku Tree. Motorcycle! I'll wait for you here. Get going. Go see the Great Deku Tree. I'm pretty sure we ignore you for like the rest of our visit here, but that's cool. Alright, welcome to Kokiri Forest. I neglected to talk about controls and stuff inside the tree here. The main thing the kind of game like expects you to know is what the action commands tell you up top, and then moving around. I suppose starting off for adventure, I guess I've taken long enough. One of the biggest things you kind of take with The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is Navi. Up there, you kind of see the blinking Navi, you heard the little hey. Let's just get it over with. The Great Deku Tree has summoned you. Please come with me. Alright, Navi does that a lot. And I'll get into like how I feel about that when we get a little further, but for right now, we kind of have the forest to explore. We should probably go see the Great Deku Tree first of all, as it's a rather important little journey that we have to make. It kind of sets everything up. Just ahead, the Great Deku Tree's meadow. Great Deku Tree's meadow? Don't you mean the Great Deku Tree's meadow? Bad joke, I'm sorry. Hey you, Mr. No Fairy, what's your business with the Great Deku Tree? Without a fairy, you're not even a real man. What, you've got a fairy? Say what? The Great Deku Tree actually summoned you? What? Why would he summon you and not the Great Meadow? This isn't funny. I don't believe it. You aren't even fully equipped yet. How do you think you're going to help the Great Deku Tree without both a sword and shield ready? What? You're right. I don't have my equipment ready, but if you want to pass through here, you should at least equip a sword and shield. Sheesh. Wait. How do we know this is going to be dangerous? What if we're just supposed to go and talk to him because we're a Kokiri and we've been neglected by you and I haven't had a fairy? Alright. So you heard him, right? We gotta go get a sword and shield or he won't let us pass. He's kind of setting us up to murder the Great Deku Tree. Which we should do, absolutely. He is a tree and we are a child. Plus, we need to set up our, like, woodcutting service as fast as possible. What? Didn't you know Link was like a woodcutter? It's not synonymous with grass or anything. It's wood. Wood's where it's at. Everyone gets that meme wrong. Alright, so what I want to do first of all, before I go and continue my little journey, is I want to get some rupees. Rupees are very important. Rupees are the currency in the Legend of Zelda series. It's kind of weird having to go through all this again, but I suppose there are people who either A, haven't played this game, or B, kind of expect you to talk about it in the first episode. This episode will definitely be a lot slower. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm incredibly giggly. And it's just, I haven't played this game in... Ooh. I want to say it has actually been 3 years. I had eye surgery in 2014 that took me from near legally blind to being able to see. And for whatever reason, I felt like putting on nostalgia goggles and playing one of the first games I ever played with new eyes again. And there are places where it hasn't aged well. But man, I don't know. These graphics are what I grew up on. This doesn't feel bad at all. And even the frame rate, I thought, you know, playing at 20 frames would feel bad, but it doesn't. It really doesn't. Anyway, first place we want to go is the Hole of Z. Let's go through this small hole. Stand in front of the hole and push the control stick towards it. When you press when the action button shows enter, press A to crawl through the hole. Pay attention to what the action icon says. And it's correct. If you walk up close to it, you'll see it says enter. We can go in the little hole and we can see what's at the other end of the Hole of Z. Fun fact, the Hole of Z, there's a boulder here. See? There's a boulder. I remember the boulder going in the other direction. Huh. Weird. I'm not remembering this game wrong. The game's just wrong. It's just weird. I'm playing the 3DS Master Quest port, which mirrors the game before it came out. Yeah, that's just how I roll. So why don't we just get it over with? Let's do this first thing. See this treasure chest right here? This is something you're gonna have to get used to in the Zelda series. I'm stalling for dramatic effect. Get ready, cause it's about to happen! We got a thing! You got the Kokiri sword on the equipment subscreen. Select it with the cursor and equip it with A. This is a hidden treasure of the Kokiri, but you can borrow it for a while. Be sure to practice with it before it really, I forgot it said borrow! I mean, yeah, we're gonna borrow it. We're absolutely doing that. So in our little equipment subscreen, we just equip it with A, and now we have a sword. Ain't it great? Oh, right, the boulder's there. I didn't get hit with it. I am the best. Don't you? There's a bush over here, right? Yeah. Let's do that. So you just press B to swing it. There are various different... Sorry about that. I had a bit of a coughing fit. It'll probably have more of those. I'm a little dehydrated, but I'll be fine. I'll be fine. There are different combo attacks with the sword and stuff that you can get, that you can do just from using the sword. For example, if you target onto enemies by pressing the Z on an actual N64 or ZL, which I'm playing on a Wii U, you can lock onto enemies and different attacks happen from the different ways you move the control stick. The only attack that's really, only usable while Z-targeting is if you move forward, you can thrust attack, which pretty much is the go-to attack because it pretty much bypasses most defenses of any known enemy. Obviously, there are enemies that definitely defend against a thrust attack, but they're few and far between. You'll see me using the thrust attack probably the most in the game, just because it's the one that requires you to go forward, which when enemies back away from you. So, now we open up our lawn care service, and we cut down the grass that gave me 1 rupee. I am a little ashamed, a little upset by that, but that's fine. I guess I'll live with only having 1 rupee from that. This is why I believe we should be a service that cuts down trees, like the Great Deku Tree. I mean, we could make a fortune. I mean, he's a Great Deku Tree. That would make it Great Wood. And aside from the obvious dick joke, Great Wood is best wood. I don't know where I'm going with this. I really don't. I'm just happy to play this game again. And, stuff. Alright, so we have enough rupees to go in here and talk to this girl who wants us to look this way. And I talked about targeting over there, but we can target over here. Yes, that's how you use fairy. Oh yeah, I forgot that targeting was implemented with fairies. So I should probably talk about it now versus later. One of the main criticisms of this game is Navi, and the excessive use of wow, you can do this stuff in a 3D space. Isn't that just cool? And it does it later on in the game too, though albeit to a far lesser extent. Oh, it's 40 rupees. Oh no, I forgot. I got excited. I can get 5 rupees right here. I know my strats. Look at that, I found it. Cool, these respawned. Awesome, so let's go over here and we can get 2 more. And it's, you gotta forgive it because in this game in particular, unlike Skyward Sword, which I reviewed in the past, was like, 3D is cool. This is the first 3D Zelda game that we're being very careful with the player. And you'll notice this far, and, not far, you'll notice this a lot in the, like, first dungeon of the game, which we will get to very shortly. Definitely in the next episode. I definitely want to explore a little bit. In just kind of getting my roots down here. I haven't, like, actually done a Let's Play video in quite a while. But, so you'll forgive me if I'm a little, definitely really rusty at it. At least I hope you'll forgive me. If you don't forgive me, I really don't know what I'll do. So let's talk to Mito. Mito? Pronunciation in the comments, please. If you want to see the Great Deku Tree, you should at least equip a sword and shield. Eh? What's that? You have a Deku Shield. And what's that? Is that the Kokiri sword? Oh, good grief. Well, even with all that stuff, a wimp's still a wimp. I, the Great Mito, will never accept you as one of us. Shoot, how did you get to be the favorite of Saria, the Great Deku Tree, huh? Well, I wanted to just kind of move it forward, but probably should talk about the shield. So, not with that button. With the with R, you can use the shield to just kind of stay down and use it. You'll honestly, at least if you're like me, never, ever use the shield like this. Maybe once or twice, especially maybe with a later shield that you get. As you could probably tell, there are numerous equipment slots here. And you'll pardon me as I talk about this game, because I've played this game numerous times, and it's kind of hard for me to gauge what's a spoiler and what's not. But the basics should be there for anyone to see. I took damage! I took damage! You got a stick, but I took damage! I'm a little embarrassed. So what we got there was an item, but it's a Deku Stick. To the Wii U gamepad, we can actually equip these to... Oh, we can't? Oh. I guess not. Alright. So you can equip those to saving. But you can equip those to the directional pads or the C-sticks if, again, you're playing on an actual N64. That's another motorcycle. And you can use them properly. I still can't believe I took damage from the first enemy in the game. The Deku Sticks you can use as a weapon that'll do twice the damage of the Kokiri sword, but will break upon use. But there's another use for it that we'll come across later, and these enemies spawn. You can use them to farm more Deku Sticks if you wish. I think 4 is fine. Honestly, 3 was fine, but he was in my way and kind of just munching. But at last, we're here to the Great Deku Tree. Well, you know our destination for the next episode, where the game will actually fully begin. I'll probably be a bit more structured and a bit more calm as we go along here, but You'll pardon me in the first episode here. I'm really excited to just play this game again. Hopefully it turns into a good series, and if not, well, I tried. Abinavie of Chaotic Reunion. This has been The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I'm holding a stick. I'll see you all in the next one when we start the Great Deku Tree. Ciao.